In this video, we'll be doing some live map design, and I'm excited to show you guys some new tools I've created to help with map design. Where up until this point, it's been pure code. Because the game is procedurally generated, it didn't really make sense to have a map editor. And I'll show you what that code looks like. For example, here's a bakery. And there's a bunch of code which will say, place a barrel, place it somewhere on the south edge, and there's different types of instructions. And the game will just run through those instructions and place all the furniture and decorate the rooms. But in this case, for this upcoming quest and these new dungeons, I want some more hand-designed areas. And we've had hand-designed areas before, but not to this extent. And for that reason, I have been working on some new tools to make that easier. Here, for example, is the new feature picker. You can use this to pick any map feature and then click, and then I can click to place it. And it's not like a fully fledged tool that you can like save this map. What it actually does, I'll show you. It outputs to a file the code to use that you would use to place that. So it's kind of like generating code for you. If you like the placement, you can keep it and add it to the code. If you don't, well, just delete it like I did there. Hope that makes sense. Basically, it's like a quasi map editor that outputs code for me. So it's not something too usable for modders right now. And these walls are not appearing correctly. Something about the map editor mode. The walls don't always show up correctly. Okay, so we are working on a... Yeah, that's wonky. That's all right, though. We are working on the first floor of this cultist wizard dungeon. And on this floor, what's going to happen basically is the player starts the quest, they hear about them, and they're going to walk through this forest. They're not going to have the full map on, they're not going to have a reveal map on, so they're going to walk through this dark forest. And they'll find this tent here, and there should be some adventurers here. And you could talk to the adventurers. They're hiding out because they know there's basically a rebellion going on with these wizard guys, and they want to run in and get the loot when they can. So these guys are just there to hype up the dungeon and the story a bit, and add a third party perspective on what's going on in this world. And then the player walks in, and this first floor, we just want a little bit of loot, and we want to set the mood. And then the deeper floors are where the action's going to happen. And they're going to be a little more hand designed. So see, I've got some benches, and there's more art in the works, torches and ashes and all kinds of things to put in these, but you got to start somewhere. So the player will walk around here, and I think this will just be a small floor. I don't even know if we're going to have any enemies on this. I just want to kind of introduce the dungeon. Let's now work on adding some more walls. And again, this is with the new tool. Actually, let's get rid of some of these trees. So I've also added a tool to place walls and floors. This outer wall around the forest, that'll go away. We'll remove all those. And tools in game development are a risky thing. The problem is you can get a little too into making tools, and I've seen this happen to other developers I've talked to, where they start working on tools and they get very excited on like their map editor tool, and what happens is they end up putting all their development on the tools instead of the actual game, and if the tools are too complex, you end up having to support them like forever, and then you're trying to edit the game, and now you also have to support these tools, and then you get locked into your tools. That's something that's happened with Bethesda, where all their games use the same editor. And they've been working on that editor for so long that they're sort of locked in. Which is, I mean, it's good to have an editor and they can make the content they want, but the cost is now they've got to support it. And it's very hard to upgrade. So here we're working on some outer walls. I want this irregularly shaped because this is hand design. Why not try to get away from the boxes? That's a lot of what I'm trying to do with these dungeons is escape the boxes. So I'm thinking kind of like an oval, like an eye sort of thing here. That looks pretty good. Now for the floors, we don't want to have to click 5,000 times. I've actually made it so you can click twice and it'll make a grid for you. So we'll get some floors going here. Should be good. And every time I'm clicking, this is all getting output to a file. So we have all the changes here. That looks nice. I like this shape. I also think it's interesting where if you look at this part here, sometimes you have like extra thick walls. That's kind of cool. And some of these walls, you see that black there? That's because it's like the game updates how the walls look based on what the player is seeing, because you don't want to give away, like for example, I don't know if you can see my mouse. If I'll teleport here. If there was like a T wall here coming out, you don't want to give it away if the player hasn't seen that side. Like you don't want to just be able to walk around the outside of a building and be able to tell where the inner rooms are. So it actually kind of tries to hide it. That's what's going on there, but my map editor tool here is confusing it. Let's keep going. All right, so you come in here, you walk around the corner, this little sitting area, this kind of destroyed room, maybe like one little chest here, and you open a door, come into this room, and then we'll just do a few more rooms. So let's do, let's just look at some of the furniture we have. Actually, still learning my own shortcut keys here. We could add some statues. Statues are not fully implemented in the game. They're going to have some cool effects. Each of the statues will be able to come to life on certain circumstances. And your relationship with basically the gods will be a story throughout the game in a way which will cause these statues to either help you or not help you or cause problems. Just looking for some inspiration. We got a lot of wood furniture here. I like these stone bookshelves. These skeletons were made for the crypt dungeons. Those came out really nice. And also the sigils there. Those are like trap sigils that can zap the player. Some new town art in here that hasn't even been used. Now we're into some of the gremlin stuff. They've got all these cool spikes. I think some kind of fountain would be good. We'll just use the same one for now. Also making me realize I really have to program a search. Oh no. I don't want to keep extending this tool, but I kind of want to search. So let's place a fountain, and I'm just going to use the same one that's in other places in the game. Actually, it looks pretty good. We might not even need a new one. Oops. Oh yeah. Yeah, so I have a bunch of hotkeys to do all this. It's a little jank, but I like this. So this will be a bigger room. And then let's have it come down like this. I kind of like when you go in, you can go right or left. So maybe there's like a little closet-y space down here. But it's sort of just a dead end. And that's good. So that's like a closet thing. So you can go in there. That's just a dead end. You have to go around. Okay. Can I remove walls with this? I think my tool might need some. I think I can remove with my tool. Oh no. What about we go well, the tool needs some work here. Oh no, that does work. Yeah, I just do delete. But it does make visually it looks really weird. Alright, I can come back to that. Let's just work on some furniture in here. Alright, so we'll try some benches around the fountain. That seems fine. But these guys have like, I don't know if they have barrels everywhere like the castle. I think we want, there's an urn somewhere. Yeah, this will be a problem if I'm having to search through here each time. I just really don't want to be focusing so much on the tools, but then if they're getting in the way, that's a good point that it's time to upgrade. I like these little urns. They're used in the temples. Oops. Let's try an urn. They're near the bottom. Ooh, I like that. And then these will have loot tables attached to them. I'm not sure what'll be in these. What would these guys keep around? Like just some little coins and magic trinkets and things like that. They wouldn't have that many on this floor. Then time to get into maybe some shelves. And again, I have to remind myself, not all the furniture for these places isn't done yet, so we're gonna have some more things to place. But just to get this quest going, we really want a starting place. And you know what? This room really needs a statue. We gotta do it. We gotta do a statue. And that's been kind of, it's a constant risk with the game design is focusing too much on details at the wrong time, where we really just need, sometimes you really just need to get going. Get something in place, get a first pass going. Just get this floor, get something there so we can start placing more. Like once you do one thing, other things start to fall in place. Once you have something that people can respond to and see, and like work paves the way for more. Every time you make a decision, it helps future decisions. And this could be like a little closet up here. I'm not sure what I'll put in there. Maybe it's like I was thinking like a medicine room or plant room. Gear. They could have little gear rooms, like little closets where they kept their cloaks and staffs. Maybe not on this floor. This floor's just going to be trashed. We've had a big battle here, so in the story. Oh, there we go. All right, so you come through here. The closet will be to the north. We'll have a door there. Can I find a door? One of these is a locked door. I can't tell which is the locked door. Oh, that's not quite right. Oh no. This is what scared me about making a tool. Oh, I know. One is the one is an open horizontal door and one is a closed vertical door. That's funny. Well, I can always fix that later. Can always fix that. We want some another wall here. I'll have to fix that door. And we'll do no door there. And then I was thinking you come around through here, up around, and then the stairs down will be there. And then you're like really in the dungeon. And my plan was you're probably gonna meet some kind of character. Let's use those standard stairs. You're gonna meet some character before you get to go down. We extend this story a little bit. Tell you some things about this world. This corner is awkward, isn't it? So I want some more room for the stairs. We'll just do it like that. Oh, I kind of like that. This brown here. Yeah, that'll need to change colors. It's like when you see through a wall, what color does the floor look like? Each wall has its own floor color. which, like, when it's see-through-y. Ooh, we could just have this whole thing be one. I don't like this. Yeah. You know, video game characters, they're not always, especially the bad guys, they're not always the best at utilizing floor space. Every villain who's ever made a lair, they tend to waste their floor space. This is almost a little forced. Like, what's the point of this room? I don't like this. It's kind of like it's there just to be there. Like that. Ooh, I know what we could do. We could do, let's just add some extra thickness here. I kind of like that. Yeah. Be here too. It's like a supporting pillar. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if I like the walls that are 3 thick. Yeah, when I delete walls, it doesn't refresh properly. That's okay. I'm having some variance on the walls. This is nice. So when the player is moving, right, it creates interesting light and shadows, and things could be in the corners. Somewhere for your eye to go, adds interest. See that when you come around here, and every time you come around a corner video game, you're kind of wondering, oh, what's around the next corner? There's little moments of suspense, so we kind of want the suspense, like a little sine wave, and then when a big moment happens, it goes up, and just variance of excitement while you're playing. I think there'll be a character here in this stairs room, and we'll put some. Ooh, we could also do an alchemy shelf. This room could have like an alchemy room with like 1 alchemy shelf. I like that. Yeah. There's no loot on it now. That's why it looks empty, but I like that. I don't have to overdo it. And then... Ooh, I wonder if these like desert bushes we could use. That's like plants. No, these bramble bushes, they don't look good. No. That's no good. Just want like an ugly little dead plant. That'd be kind of fun. Forget what that is. I think that might be the orb once you destroy it. Yeah, this orb, and you destroy it, it leaves like a little loot on the ground. These bones are so cool. They're for the desert. A version of those could work. Oh, here's some more of the statues. Yeah, these guys would have this wizard statue. I like that. Not the... He looks better too, the darker style. Let's just look around. We could have a stone bookshelf. See how that looks. Or more tables. Put some objects on the tables. A candle or something. We have candle art. Let's just put like a useless table here. Nice. I think it would be cool if archers got like a debuff if you're behind cover. Like they're more likely to miss. You could like stand behind a table if the guy was shooting you. Kind of like that. On the other hand, it can make combat a lot more thinking. It can slow it down like if you're trying to optimize every move, and now you have to think about the environment. It's like what's that game, XCOM? Or like a turn, it can take like 2 hours for one fight because you're thinking about positioning and weapons and everything. Or sometimes you just want to play. We could throw some rocks in here. Yeah, there's so many options, and like seeing it all laid out like this, I'm now like thinking about other assets from other maps that I wouldn't even consider using, like putting in a bird nest or a scarecrow. Some little plants could be cool. This here is Grenzite. That's like an ore you can find in caves. Maybe they'll have some ore in some rooms. Or some like... I wonder how I'd feel about some rocks. I think there will be debris in here. For sure, we can use rocks. So there's a battle. For sure. And that's also though something I can do later, go through and like even use code, like a debris adder, rather than trying to do it all by hand. We don't want to do everything by hand, for sure. And we could do like just a couple bookshelves in here. Yeah, I like that. And then this table's the wrong color. I think I was talking to the artist. I think we like this lighter wood, or maybe we'll make a new wood. Although I'm missing some of the art. It's not imported onto this tool. Okay, we'll leave that there. No, that's not a little bad moment here. You go slowly. You know, it's a little bit. We're setting the tone. The music's gonna start when you come in here. The new theme for these guys. I don't know if I like that chest there. You haven't earned any loot. You haven't earned anything. You get a broken crate. That's what you get. You come in here. Also don't know. Maybe these urns. They're from the machinist faction. I don't know if they would have urns. You're gonna come through here. Maybe one enemy here. Some like elemental creature. These wizards are going to summon elementals. And so it'd be like kind of close to Moral Spider, Spawn, Fire, Spider. Like something like this. These guys are tough. Yeah, like that. And then right there, sitting here, you'll find probably an NPC. It's basically like, what are you doing here? Go away. All right, that is going to take some coding, and that's something I can show on screen. So consider this just a little progress update, showing you this new map editor tool, which is, look, we got quite a bit done. It's very quick, at least for a first pass. Thanks for watching. I hope to do a bunch more updates as I develop this dungeon and this faction.